Aloha and welcome to the video. So in this video I'm going to be making a Pahoa or Dagger. This is going to be using this Marlin bill. So if you're not familiar with what a Marlin is, it's just a big fish with a pointy nose. This is from a fisherman that's reached out to me, and I'm going to be turning this bill into a Marlin tipped or bone tipped dagger. Hawaiian style Pahoa. The first step was letting it dry out. I've had this bill now for probably close to 2.5 months, just drying out. I hollowed out most of the bill, let it dry out some more, and then this is just some final touches and hollowing it out. And then I'm gonna fill the entire bill with a very light or low viscous epoxy. And what this is going to do is it's going to fill in all of the pores and seep into the bill and just seal it. And now this epoxy is kind of a pain to work with, and it takes probably 3 days to fully cure. And so I had to let it sit for a while. I think I let it sit for 4 or 5 days just to make sure I can start to cut into it and sand on it and work with it. Getting the painter's tape sometimes just peels off super easy. Other times it's a big pain in the butt. This time it ended up being kind of a pain in the butt. So it took a while. I probably don't need to peel it all off. I can grind most of it off, but I do like to peel it off just so I can see if there's any inclusions or strange areas that I missed. I'm going to be using this piece of coal wood here. This is a beautiful piece of dark curly coal wood. I don't need that whole piece, and so I'm just cutting off a section. And even this section here is significantly larger than it needs to be, so I went ahead and cut that in half. And the type of joint that I'm going to use for this is going to be a tongue and groove joint, and then I'm going to put a cross peg through the joint, which will kind of just set everything in place. And I am going to glue it in place as well. I'll use an epoxy mixed with wood shavings. And then after that we'll just be sanding. The shaping for this piece is fairly simple, just rounding all the edges and prepping it for putting in the shark teeth and lashing in the feathers. Now I'll be sanding this piece down to 320 grit. If you're not familiar with sandpaper grits, the higher the grit, the finer the sandpaper. So 100 grit is going to be really coarse. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 grit is going to be really fine. I'm sanding the whole piece down to 320 grit. And then I'm going to be cutting in these grooves here, which is where the tiger shark teeth are going to be inset into the piece. To cut in the groove, I'm just drawing in a little bit of line work. This just kind of helps me guide how large the groove is going to be. And then I'm using a tungsten carbide bit with my Dremel and indexing with my hand to kind of keep the line straight as I cut it in. Once I get the groove cut, I can set the teeth. Then I can drill or tap the teeth and then drill the marlin bill and get it ready for oiling. I'm cutting in a groove on both sides of the bill. What this is going to do is going to give the lashing something to lock into as I wrap the feathers into place and wrap the joint. Otherwise you can see the bill tapers, and so if you go to tighten, the cordage is going to naturally want to slide down that taper, and so those grooves help it lock into place. Here is the finished piece. Man, this turned out beautiful. The dark curly koa is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little hard to see in my shop artificial light, but when I get outside you'll be able to see it's beautiful koa. I do love the contrast between the tiger shark teeth and the koa wood. Just an awesome looking dagger. Beautiful piece. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out a ton. Mahalo nui for everyone that follows along, and I'll see you on the next video. Aloha.